Real numbers are numbers whose squares are greater than or equal to 0.
How do we know if a number is a real number or not? Now, let's try these numbers. Let's begin with the square root of 2. Square the number. The result is 2. 2 is greater than 0. That is, 2 is a real number. Let's try another one. Square root of negative 5. Square the number. The result is negative 5. Negative 5 is neither equal to 0 nor greater than 0. That is, negative 5 is not a real number.
Real numbers have basic properties. First one is the closure property. The closure property states that if you add or multiply two or more real numbers, the result is still a real number. For example, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. You might notice that 2 and 3 are real numbers, and their sum is 5, which is also a real number. Another example, 3 times 6 is equal to 18. You might also notice that 3 and 6 are real numbers, and their product is 18, which is also a real number. The next one is the commutative property. It states that if you add or multiply two or more real numbers, their order does not matter. That means you can add or multiply them in any order and still get the same result.
For example, 2 times 3 is equal to 3 times 2. Another example, 5 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 5. You might notice in the following examples that no matter how you disarrange the numbers, the result is still the same. 3.
The next one is the identity property. There are two types of identity property: the additive identity property and the multiplicative identity property.
Additive identity property states that if a real number is added to 0, the result will be the real number itself. Because of this, 0 is called the additive identity. Multiplicative identity property states that if a real number is multiplied by 1, the result will be the real number itself. Because of this, 1 is called the multiplicative identity.
The next one is the associative property. It states that if you add or multiply two or more real numbers, and if you group some of them, their grouping does not matter.
For example, 2 plus quantity of 3 plus 4 is equal to quantity of 2 plus 3 plus 4. You might notice that no matter how you regroup them, they still arrive at the same result.
The next property is the multiplicative property of 0. It states that if a real number is multiplied by 0, the result is 0. The next one is the distributive property. It states that multiplication is distributive over addition and subtraction.
Now, let's have some recap. Now, let's have some drill. Can you tell me what property is being illustrated in each of the following items? Good then! Now, let's begin. What property is being illustrated in this number? You got it right. This number illustrates a closure property. Let's try another one. What property is being illustrated in this number? You got it right. This number illustrates multiplicative property of 0.
Now you've learned about the basic properties of real numbers. These properties are very useful in manipulating expressions and simplifying them. It is also useful in solving equations, especially if it involves addition,